Well, Ale Dost. Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mahabharat episode 2. I just finished watching it, and I saw somebody in the comments. I forgot who it was. Well, he's like, at this rate, it's going to take you several lifetimes. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. We get thousands of emails. People say, "Hey, do this, do that," and I try to go through and look at them, and then I try to go through and see, like, well, does this make sense to do? Does that make sense to do? I got to upload Shubham's video that's coming today, and anyways, Mahabharat 2. I'm watching the original, and on the Ramayana that I was watching, it's not the original. It almost looks like the king in Mahabharat that married Ganga is the same king older in Ramayana. That's what it looks like, but I could be wrong. So we left off with the king's in love, right? He's in love, and he's married to a goddess, and she makes him promise, like, hey, I'll marry you, I'm a goddess, but there's certain things that they're going to be a little different than what you're used to. Will you promise not to ask me questions on what I do? I can go about my business. Oh, yes. And isn't that the truth, dudes? Come on, bros. It's true. Like, when you're young and you're horny, you start agreeing to all kinds of stuff that makes absolutely no sense. Am I right? So we see this happening here, and she gets pregnant. She's having these children. She's taking them to the river, and she's drowning them. And this is causing a huge chaotic mess in the palace, in the kingdom. Why is the queen killing the babies? And the king says nothing. And it begins to mount on him. And so we kind of pick up episode 2, where there's an 8th prince born. 8 boys, right? And she's doing her walk where she carries the baby, and she's going to the river, and he follows behind her, and he finally interrupts, and he violated his oath, and he said to Ganga, Queen Ganga, hey, what are you doing? You're killing me here. You're absolutely freaking killing me here. This is the 8th child. You're going to drown it? He said, King, you remember you said you wouldn't interfere, you wouldn't ask any questions, you wouldn't do any of these things. And he's like, I'm not a king today. I'm a father. And I needed, what the hell are you doing, dude? My heart is broken in two. I'm tattered and torn, and you just keep killing all the babies. Like, what are you doing? And she starts to explain the story about how Indra, and again, here's Indra. Indra, man, he's all over everything. And I think I was wrong about Indra in my earlier videos. I kind of thought he was a punk. But I don't necessarily believe that now, because he helped Sita and Ramayana, but whatever. And it looks like Indra's having a party, and there's all these gods kind of sitting around in a circle, and Indra's dancers come out, and they're dancing for him, and they're very much dancing, and Brahma wants to come down. So Brahma kind of descends in his Indian style cloud, and he has Ganga with him. And I did not know Ganga was his daughter. I learned that today. I did not know that. And they start having a moment, like Indra and Ganga are like, and everybody starts to put their head down because they don't want to embarrass him. Like, this is getting lustful. And Brahma just loses it. He gets so mad, and he curses both of them. And I'm like, why are you cursing them, dude? Brahma's kind of a troublemaker, right? He kind of is a troublemaker, I think. And so he curses Indra, and he curses Ganga that they're going to be reborn on Earth, that Ganga is. And she's going to have to live on Earth, and she's underneath this curse. And so one of the things that she told her children, if I followed it right, is, I will release you from the curse, in the water, and I'll drown you. You can go back to the Celestials, if you will, and that'll be over. So she tells him all this stuff, and then says, I gotta leave now because you violated our agreement. And he's like, but what about this baby? And she said, I'm not going to kill him. He's going to stay under the curse, and I'll return him to you later. So she leaves. She leaves with the baby. And we see the king moping. He's upset, what to do. And he goes down to the river all the time to kind of pray and seek, seek whatever it is that he wants from the gods, and a couple times she appears, but he can't see her, and she's happy to see him there, and you can tell that she loves him, right? You can tell that she loves him. And one day he's in his palace looking out on the river, and these arrows start coming down, and it backs up the river. And he comes out to see this, and it looks very curious to him, and he takes his bow out, and he looks like he's going to hit the dam, because these arrows kind of made a dam where the water couldn't flow. And Ganga appears to him right between the path, and he's like, "Whoa, baby, where you been?" And they're talking and whatnot, and she reveals the son to him, who's now 16. And he's happy. But Ganga leaves, and the boy is sad because mom's gone, and I got dad. Why can't I have the love of my mom and dad? And he's been raised by these, these wise men, these sages. Oh, I forgot, there was one thing before the boy is revealed. He found 2 little naked orphan babies. And the temptation was to keep him for himself. And I think this was a test by the cosmos. But he said, I can't. Let's go take him to the sage. He can raise them to be Brahmins. And the sage takes him and then disappears. So I wonder if there's a cause and effect. I wonder. And so then, where was I? That's what sucks about getting old. You start to forget stuff. Like, I'll literally get up to go into the other room to tell the warrior queen something. And it's like, I forgot what it was. So fast forward, we see the prince is explaining all the nuggets of wisdom that he's learned from the sages, and that, and the king is really enjoying hearing these things. And he gets a message that they got a horse. He's like, "A horse? What the hell's a horse for?" He said, "For the prince. We got the horse for the prince. It's a beautiful horse. But the problem is nobody can mount this horse." And so they kind of go out, and it turns into a spectacle where this horse is going off. Nobody's touching it. Like, the horse is like, bah, 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 bah. And the king says, I'll just do this. And the prince says, no, I'm going to do it, father. I'm going to do it. And he kind of looks at the horse, and he's petting the horse, right? And the horse, he realizes the horse is afraid of its own shadow, so he has to block the shadow so the horse doesn't freak out, and they can put the stuff on. And he takes the horse for a ride. Man, this horse is hauling, too. They're just like, they're hauling, dude. They're absolutely hauling. And right at the border, there's an army coming, and the prince stops. He's like, whoa, what the hell are you? Who are you? Oh, no. And the other king's like, we're coming here to conquer. Go home before you get hurt, little boy. He's like, what? Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. And he takes out the arrows. And I love this because I saw this in Ramayana, the magical arrows, right? The first one he shoots is like a wind gust, and it's like they get some disoriented. They're like, oh. And then he shoots one of fire, and the fire's on him. Oh. Then he shoots one of where he says a little prayer like Ram does, and he shoots it straight up. And then, like, a thunderstorm comes, and they have to turn around and leave. And he's like, yeah! Yeah! And then it ended. But it was, I have to tell you, man, this is far more exciting off the get-go than Ramayana was. Ramayana seemed to be a whole lot of exposition to get up to the action. This dives right into the action. So this is great, man. I really have enjoyed the Mahabharat episode 2. Do me a favor, please like and subscribe, and please go check out I know it glitched, I'm sorry. Go check out the links down there to our sponsors. If you enjoy our channel, go check out, we have Dr. Squatch Organic Soap, we have our friend with the food blog, Jacob, and we have Killer Bee. Killer Bee gaming chair. This thing is comfortable as heck, yo. I'll catch you later. Peace and much love, and we'll see you next time.